Good day everyone, I am Irene Esatam Pacunla, and for this video, I will be discussing study and thinking skills in English. This topic focuses on how we understand language, analyze sentences, comprehend reading passages, analyze logic in language, and manage ourselves psychologically during assessment. By the end of this video, you should be able to analyze sentence structures to identify subjects, verbs, and modifiers. Apply effective reading strategies by comprehension, recognize common grammatical errors, and understand how thinking skills and test-taking psychology affect performance. So in this video, I will first discuss key grammatical concepts, followed by reading comprehension strategies, logical thinking in language, and finally, the test taking and review strategies. So, are you ready? Now, we will first talk about mastering grammatical precision. First, we have the subject verb agreement. When we say subject verb agreement, it is the rule that the verb must agree with the subject in number, whether it is singular or plural. To apply this correctly, we must always identify the main subject, especially in complex sentences. So there are types of subject verb agreements. So first we have the basic subject verb agreement. So when we say basic subject verb agreement, it is a singular subject takes a singular verb, and a plural subject takes a plural verb. For example, the student writes clearly. The students write clearly. So, student is singular. So we use the singular verb write. Students is plural. So we remove s and use write. Okay? With intervening phrases, sometimes words or phrases come between the subject and the verb. These are called intervening phrases, and they do not affect the verb. So, for example, the basket of fruits is on the table. So the subject is a basket, not the fruits. The true subject is basket, not fruits. So the correct verb is, not are. So now, let's talk about compound subjects. When we say compound subjects, when subjects are joined by and, the verb is usually plural. For example, the teacher and the student are discussing the lesson. So when joined by or nor, the verb agrees with the nearest subject. Two subjects joined by and form a plural subject, so we use are. Okay, now let's talk about collective nouns. So this refers to a group acting as one unit, usually take a singular verb. For example, the class is attentive. So class act as one unit, so we use the singular verb is. Now, let's talk about indefinite pronouns. Some pronouns are always singular, some are plural, and some depend on meaning. So now, let's have first the example. Everyone knows the rule. All of the students are present. Okay. So everyone is always singular. So the verb knows is correct. For the second phrase, all refers to students, which is plural. So we use are. Now, let's move to pronoun consistency and ambiguity. When we say pronoun consistency, means that a pronoun must clearly refer to its antecedent. So, when we say ambiguity, it occurs when it is unclear which noun the pronoun refers to. For example, when Anna spoke to Maria, she was nervous. So, is the sentence clear or unclear? Very good. This sentence is unclear. To correct it, we restate the noun clearly. So, the pronoun she is unclear. It may refer to Anna or Maria. So, to correct this version or phrase, when Anna spoke to Maria, Anna was nervous. So, this sentence is clear. Now, let's talk about parallel structures. So, what is this mean? So, parallel structure requires that words or phrases in a list follow the same grammatical pattern. For example, she likes reading, to write, and drawing. So, is this sentence correct? Alright. So, the correct is she likes reading, writing, and drawing. The list mixes forms gerund infinitive, gerund, which breaks parallelism. So the correct version of those phrases is she likes reading, writing, and drawing. Now, let's dive into advanced reading comprehension strategies. So which talks about the main idea and the supporting details. When we say the main idea, it is the central message of a passage, while supporting details explain or prove the main idea. So, for example, the main idea is effective study habits improve learning. So, the supporting detail is reviewing lessons daily improve retention. So this sentence expresses the overall message of the passage. So the details explains how study habits improve learning. Alright, now let's talk about the two-pass method. Okay, the two-pass method, it helps readers manage time and improve comprehension. So the first pass focuses on skimming for structure and main idea. The second pass focuses on scanning for answers. So now let's talk about authorial tone. What is authorial tone? Alright, so this refers to the writer's attitude toward the subject. So common tones include objective, critical, persuasive, and neutral. So those are common tones. Now, let's move on to application of logic in language. So first, we have semantic relationships. When we say semantic relationships, it explains how words are connected in meaning. This include synonyms, antonyms, and analogies. Alright, when we say synonyms, these are words that have the same or nearly the same meaning. When we say antonyms, these are words that have opposite meanings. And last, we have analogies. So these show the relationship between two pairs of words. They explain how words are connected to each other. So here is the example of synonym. accurate, precise. For the antonym, increase, decrease. And for analogy, we have here teacher, school, doctor, hospital. So, to explain this, a teacher works in a school just as a doctor works in a hospital. So that is example of analogy. Now, let's talk about conditional reasoning. So, when we say conditional reasoning, it uses if, then relationships to show cause and effect. Remember, cause and effect. For example, if students practice critical thinking, they improve their performance. So that is example of conditional reasoning. Now, we'll talk about the test-taking psychology and review. So, it is the ability to allocate time properly across tasks to avoid rushing or skipping items. This is the elimination strategy. So, it is a strategy that removes incorrect options to improve our decision making. And we have also the reviewing the why. So, understanding why an answer is correct, not just identifying it. And we have also the test-taking anxiety. So, stress or nervousness that affects performance before the assessment or during the assessment. So, how to manage these strategies? So, first, preparation, and then positive mindset, and then control your breathing. So, those strategies can help you. And what method can be used for studying? So now let's talk about the methods of PQS and R5. So PQ3R is the mnemonic for an effective student regulated approach to studying the kind of material assigned everyday textbooks. Gaining new information and ideas from a variety of different textbooks demands a balanced and flexible network of study strategies. So the first P is preview. You need to know where you're going first. Second is the Q, which is question. Work through the chapter one manageable section at a time. So now, the R1 is read. To find the answer to your question and other important content. So you need to read. R2 is record. Jot down your notes or mark the important ideas. R3 is recite. Student exclaim, I've read a chapter twice, but I still can't remember it. So, you need to recite. And the R4 is review. Add a last quick run through. Okay? And last, the R5 is reflect. As you read a passage, thumb on your critical thinking. Ask yourself, what does this all mean? Is it true? How can I apply it? Okay, in reading and reflecting should be simultaneously and inspirable built right into every step of PQ3R. So thank you for watching this video on study and thinking skills in English, and continue practicing these concepts, review the key takeaways, and apply them in your studies. With consistent effort and the right strategies, you can improve both your thinking and language skills. Feel free to ask questions if you need clarification. Thank you and good